Welcome to part 2 of The Digital Landlord with Property Tribes and Move Bubble, and again I'm joined by Logan. And Logan, today we're going to talk a little bit about how platforms like Move Bubble can actually create a matchmaking service between tenants and landlords. So can you tell us about the feature on your site that helps landlords actually go out and look for tenants?
Yeah, absolutely. So it might be a good place to start just a little bit of history first. And we'll probably go back to, let's say we look at classifieds in the back of newspapers, kind of adverts in your local post office. That's where we were, say, 20 years ago. And it kind of limited your search as a renter. And it ultimately made the landlord position an advert and a wait for renters to get in touch. And then kind of what we saw is as the internet came in, we saw sites like Gumtree, Craigslist come on board, where we had lists of classifieds online. Again, the same kind of mentality. It's let's put an advert and wait for people to come back. That was kind of very specifically for individual to individual kind of interaction. Then we saw great sites like Zoopla and Rightmove come on to play and ultimately totally dominate the space. They've worked with agents to produce and give adverts for agent properties and effectively create leads for the agents from the renters. And I think, that's been great for a long time. And I think now really where we're at is there is a space between the property being available and it ending up on Rightmove, whether that's 24 or 72 hours. And, we do know that from a renter perspective, it's a fairly poor experience. They search through a lot of properties, they make an inquiry, then they sit back and they wait. And we're in the process of launching now, and probably by the time you see this, it will have launched fully. But basically, we now enable agents and landlords to come to the website and see what renters are searching for properties in a particular area. You can look at their bio. You can look at effectively look at their rental reputation, which is what we go back to our last episode. Have they got references? Do they have a rental history? Do they have pets? Do they smoke, etc., etc.? And we enable landlords now to reach out and specifically say, "Hey, Logan, you look like a great renter. I can see you're looking for a 2-bedroom flat in Walthamstow. I've got one. Would you like to talk?" So what we're trying to do is for those proactive landlords that want the best renters in their property, this ultimately cuts out that wait. You can say, "I've got a property available right now. I'm going to go and find somebody looking in that area." So you can, as a landlord, you have to look after your investment, right? You can't just sit back and wait for anybody to apply, and also in the knowledge that you only do your referencing post viewing. And I think kind of where we're getting to is renters will self-reference them. They will self-reference. Landlords can browse those referenced renters and effectively reach out to them. And I think one of the things to bear in mind is MoveBubble will obviously develop this service as we move forward, so that renter profile, your rental reputation, over time will have more features added to it. But currently, it's an exciting proposition, and it lets landlords get out there and find the best people for their property.
Yes, I really like that whole concept of of almost pre-referencing a tenant and being able to approach them directly. And I think in the fast and furious world of the rental market, it's going to these kind of features are really going to help people get almost real-time results in trying to rent the right property, find the right tenant. So I regard it actually as very, very healthy, Logan, that Move Bubble are doing this, and also facilitating the communication so that tenants and landlords can communicate via your platform.
Yeah, I mean, we're all about community. We're all about communication here, and one of the beautiful things that comes off the back of it is that the interaction, the feedback, the reviews that come off of viewings. So if a renter goes to a property and sort of finds out that it's not that 1-bedroom penthouse suite, but it's actually a small half-bedroom basement flat, then the renter can write on MoveBubble and go, this property isn't what it seems, and vice versa. So there's all kinds of stuff that we're looking to build in, which is this ongoing review process, really just trying to open it up for everybody, so you know who you're dealing with. We don't want landlords to waste their time looking and dealing with bad renters and vice versa. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's exciting.
It is exciting, and I really believe that transparency like this and community review is really going to raise standards in the private rented sector, and that's why Move Bubble and Property Tribes are so keen to encourage landlords to develop a digital mind. So that's end of part 2, and we'll be back with Logan for part 3, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys.